Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sitting here with Pastor Steve this afternoon, and because it's been a few weeks since we've done a formal update as a ministry, we decided to do a little Q&A this afternoon to bring you up to date on where Haiti is as a nation and where we are as a ministry. So, Pastor Steve, we're going to start off with maybe a hard question. It's hard for me. I'm going to ask you to start off by sharing what has taken place in Haiti month by month since July that is significant.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm going to try very hard to name some of the big events that had been taking place in Haiti since July until today. In July, for many of you who heard that, we had our president, Jovenel Moise, who had been assassinated in his own home. And in August, we had a big earthquake in the south of Haiti. And in September, we had the deportation. I know many of you had heard about that. So many Haitian, thousands of Haitian had been deported from the Mexico borders to Haiti. And in October, we had what was it?
I know.
Really?
This
I
is
thought I was going to
October.
forget
Yeah,
that.
October tripped me up today when we were having lunch with some friends. October 17 foreign missionaries.
Yes, we had 17 American missionaries who had been kidnapped, but that was not everything because we had so many Haitians who had been kidnapped too. And in November, we have fuel shortage, gang situation. There are so many problems right now in Haiti.
All right, well, we'll come back to, you did a pretty good job too. I just had to help you one time. Let's focus though on some good things right now. As a ministry, we always try to focus on the goodness of God and the positive things that are happening in Haiti. What are some good things that are happening right now?
Uh, in the middle of everything that's happening in Haiti, there are always many things to thank God for. And at Haiti Awake, we are very thankful, even though it's very difficult for us to get out to do certain activities that we used to do. But by God's grace, we are able to meet as a church every Sunday morning. That's a very good thing. I cannot tell you enough how my heart is so happy to meet with my brothers and sisters every Sunday. I know it's not easy, but that's a very positive thing. And beside of this, we are able to go out to minister the boys prison every Friday. Uh, we are able to meet every Saturday at English class. We are able to meet the children in the community who are part of our child sponsorship program. We are able to, I cannot even remember, there are many things that we are thankful for in the middle of all the chaos that taking place in Haiti. But there are so many good things we are able to thank God for.
Yeah, and you brought up church, you brought up prison, you brought up being able to do what we're supposed to do week by week in relation to the children in the community and the children at Kai Moon.
Yes.
How are we able to do that in the middle of a fuel shortage?
That's a hard question, but you know at the same time, uh, we we at Haiti Awake are able to move out no matter what. Even though we could not find fuel, but some of the staff have to work to find some fuel that we need just to move out. The kids go to school like walking to school, not just working like 1 to 5 minutes. They walk like 1 hour just to go to school, and that's a good thing. And we are able to do that. And what else?
I think why don't you tell her one of my favorite things that's happened in the last week, just because it made me so proud. Um, we had two birthdays in the community last week.
Yes, we had two birthdays, and I mean, we are so thankful Vob and the other staff members, Hudson and McCann, were able to make it to Clearsing, specifically Vob, who find a bicycle and he went to get some gas and he could not find it. Now he had to work to go to get the cake, but on his way back, he was able to find a tap home. And it was difficult, but praise God, we found what we needed and he made it home safely.
Yeah, and I think you make a good point there. I do want to mention that obviously Steve's here in the U.S. for a few days taking care of some things that we need to do here. And Vorb has been doing a great job leading and directing in Steve's absence, doing a lot of walking and a lot of bicycle riding. But also, Hudson and Wesley and Machin have been doing what they need to do to find the minimal amount of fuel that we have been able to find. And even Big having to come, for example, for sports day and not knowing if he's going to be able to find transportation or have to walk. So, Steve, explain to people who may not completely understand what it looks like in Port-au-Prince right now not to be able to find fuel. And let me add, this is not an issue of today or this week. This is an issue that's been building for literally for months. But now the city does not have much fuel. What does it look like for businesses? What does it look like for a church, for example, trying to bring people to church on Sunday? How does this affect your life?
Uh, it's kind of very difficult right now. Most people that come to my church, they have to come by a big tap. Our driver, our staff members, Wesley had to go to pick different people to come to church. But now because of few situation, it's not easy. And it's not easy to find what we need. Um, I mean, these stores had to close. Many stores had to close their doors. We could not find what we needed. Not even for church. That affect everyone. That doesn't even affect just church in general, but that affect everybody. Most of these stores had to close. Some companies, I mean, and yeah, because it was difficult to find what we need.
So one of the highlights of you coming to be here for a few days was you were able to bring some new products for Mission Made Jewelry. Why don't you explain why Mission Made Jewelry is important to Haitians and how people can help Haiti right now by doing the Christmas shopping with Mission Made Jewelry? Why don't you tell them about Vladimir, for example?
Vladimir is one of our good friends that made metal art. They used to sell them to American people, to let's say to tourism that go to Haiti, but we don't have that anymore in Haiti. They cannot sell anything. So Mission Made Jewelry is able to contact Vladimir because he's someone we know. He's our friend. He's someone that used to sell us products. So by by just buying something from Vladimir, is not only helping Vladimir for one day, he's helping himself, he's helping his family, he's helping people around him. That's why it is very important to buy something from Mission Made. By doing that, you're helping somebody to live their life day by day in Port City right now because it's very difficult for everybody.
So, over the last week or so, we have had so many people ask us the same question. And the question is, what can I do for Haiti right now?
Uh, I don't think I really have that answer because that's a very difficult question. I don't know what can you do. I used to say just pray for or just pray for Haiti. But if you ask me for a specific way to pray for Haiti, there are too many things. I mean, to bring to the table and to tell you this is how to pray. I will ask you to pray for safety. I'll ask you to pray for fuel to get released. I'll ask you to pray for my family. I'll ask you to pray for church. I'll ask you to pray for people that we know that are very close to us who have been affected by the gang situation. So there are many things I would just ask you to pray for.
All right, and the last question I have is just really an open question. What would you like people to take away from our conversation today? What do you want people to remember? What do you yourself want to say to the people that are watching?
Um, I would like everyone to know that what's taking place in Haiti right now, uh, it's not the end of the world. This is not something just happening only in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening in different areas in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I want people to know that there's hope, even though the hope is difficult, it requires so much courage.
Mm-hmm.
But the hope I'm talking about is the real hope.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want you guys to know.
Awesome. Thanks for taking some time to sit with me and record this for all of our friends, Steve.
I mean, thank you. Thank you, guys.
And hopefully the next update we give in roughly a month is going to have some really positive news. Thank you all for caring, for praying, for continuing to reach out. We are so blessed to have such an amazing group of people that surround Haiti Awake day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. And as we always say, Steve, I think we should close with our favorite expression at Haiti Awake, which is what?
Gloire pour bon Dieu.
Right answer. Good job.